Hey, what's up, folks? It's your man Mastermind, and I am dotting the I's and crossing the T's on tonight's show. So I appreciate you guys tapping in tonight. It is going to be a very fun show. Look, I full transparency. I'm running the boards. I'm doing the interviews. Big shout outs to my executive producer, JS1 out there in Baltimore. He is, let's cross our fingers and hopefully he'll be in to do the rest of the show with me. If not, it's all good because I know how to run this thing for the most part. But I just wanted to come in and say hello, give you all a brief rundown of what's going to go down tonight. You are tuned in to the Indie Show, all things indie. This is a show where we spotlight entrepreneurs and independents and showcase independent music artists. It's a safe space, especially, for like those youngsters or people who never really had an interview before. I want you to come here, have fun with me, be prepared before you get the big newspaper or magazine interview. We want to knock the rust off. We want to get that confidence up. But it's just a fun place. We have a great community. The chat is definitely where it's at. The wilder it is in the chat, the more I feed off of that energy. And it's going to be a great show. All right. So tonight is kind of cool because we have someone who has lived a life, ladies and gentlemen, and is here smiling about it. And we going from one industry to another, and has a lot of life lessons to give. All right, you know how we do it on the Indie Show. I got games. We're gonna have a lot of fun, but we're gonna get to the talking. So tonight's guest is Earl the Pearl Thompson. If you are a fan of Bravo Television and have seen the show Love Hotel, you have seen this young man on there. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about love and relationships. We're going to talk about his life. And then the new thing that he has going on in his life, we're going to talk about that. We're going to show love to the people that's in the chat, And then whatever happens in between because it's a Tuesday, and you know what that means. It's time for another fantastic episode of the Indie Show. All things indie. Let me see who's in the chat right now. Who's early in the chat? Let me just, hey, big shout outs to Aries Lounge Podcast. All right, I see you. All right, well, we're about to get this show started. Big shout outs to them, and big shout outs to you for rocking with us. One time for your mind. It's your man, Mastermind. Spread the word. Tell these people to tune in. I need y'all's energy. I need y'all to do what y'all do, and because what y'all do is so fantastic. Let's ride.
It's the Indie Show, home for all things indie with Mastermind and JS1 city to city, coast to coast. They doing it Tuesday night, 8 p.m. DVCLife.com, so tune in. Showcasing the hardest indie artists around, spotlighting and hyping entrepreneurial style with a twist. Elevator, bitch. New phone, who this is Logic with the hit. Hashtag Mastermind Games next on the list. If you're feeling this chef kiss, no doubt throw a fist. Like, share, subscribe to this, we don't miss. This food for thought right here, come get a dish. It's the Indie Show, what y'all don't know, thought I told you before. It's the Indie Show, it's the Indie Show, what y'all don't know, thought I told you before. It's the Indie Show, it's the Indie Show, what y'all don't know, thought I told you before. It's the Indie Show, it's the Indie Show, what y'all don't know, thought I told you before. It's the Indie Show, now let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go. Hey, one time for your mind, two times to move your spine. It's the hip hop and show stopping, fat phone dropping master of the wheels is still I am your host, Arville Poe, aka Mastermind, and you are tuned in and tapped into your new favorite show on Tuesdays. That's secretly a late night talk show. It's the indie show, All Things Indie. Go ahead and give yourselves a round of applause. Yes, yes, yes. Look, big shout outs to the people that are tapped in on Facebook. I see the people that's tapped in on YouTube. Thank you so much, YouTube. And Twitch. I see you, Twitch. What's happening? You could, hey, look. Find us, look for our main page. If you can't find us anywhere else, go to vvclife.com and look for the indie show. VVC, like Victor Charlie, life.com. All right. Real quick, I see Guns is out there on the West Coast. Big shout outs to you, Guns. Thank you for tuning in. All right. So let's get this show started. If you didn't know, this show is not your ordinary podcast where we just sit around and talk. No, I have this thing broken down into different segments. All right. And so the next segment I like to do is One Time for Your Mind.
One time for your mind.
Look, one time for your mind, I like to get stuff off of my chest or what's on my mind right now. And right now, what's on my mind is tax day. I don't want to hear any excuses. Tomorrow is tax day. If you haven't filled out your taxes, do it tonight. Do it ASAP. Do it before it is due tomorrow. Why did you wait to the last minute? I didn't. I'm happy that I didn't. But you, I'm worried about you because I know it's somebody out there who hasn't done their taxes or had someone do their tax. Please, don't be like my guy Wesley Snipes, and I need you to have a good quality person do your taxes, and I don't want you to be late. So I had to get that on my chest because something in my spirit was telling me, y'all waited to the last minute. No, don't try to do it now. No, finish watching this show and then do the taxes. Whew. All right, that was one time for your mind. I got that off my chest. Wait. I know they crazy. What? Gun says taxes done. First payment. Oh, you had to pay. Man, sorry to hear that. Oh, dude. Aries, where's Guns? Is over there on Twitch. Big shout outs to Matt Lampley, ETP. What does ETP stand for? Help me out because I'm doing everything. I don't have time to look that up. All right, big shout outs. But thank you for tuning in, Matt. All right, let's go. Let's keep this bad boy going. My next segment is called Hello Neighbor.
A beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor.
Look, it's a lot going on my side of town, but I had to show love. So in Hello Neighbor, first I have to show love to the people that's in the chat because you guys are my neighbor. You are my community. I love y'all, and I appreciate you. That's right, Matt. Earl the Pearl, ETP. I got you. And so, hey, Matt, where you calling from? Where you at, Matt? What side of the world? And also, I want to give you guys the news. If you are a regular person who tunes in, part of the family, we always showcase our past guests. And if they're up to something, we want you to know what they're up to. So really quick, I want to say congratulations to my guy, Sten Jotty. He's a Native American rapper. And he has been on the Indigenous Music Countdown's top 40. He started at 39, and I've had my squad mobilized to vote. You can vote every day. He's moved it down from 39 to 16 to 5. Last week, he was number 3. But tonight, I'm pleased to announce our guy, Sten Jotty, has become the #1 song on the top 40 of the Indigenous Music Countdown. We owe it all to you and all of his fans. So congratulations. Thank y'all so much for making me look good because we all love Sten Jotty. And his song, Let Me Pop Out, is #1. If you haven't heard it after this show, go to YouTube, look for Sten Jotty, Let Me Pop Out. #1 song. Congratulations, brother. I knew you could do it. Let me see what are they saying in the chat. Yes. Wow. Yes. Okay. Illinois is in the building. All right. Yes, that is a really good record. All right. What else do I have coming up? Oh, I wanted to say happy birthday to one of our fans, our viewers, Trisha Dabrio. Her birthday was last week, the same day as the diva, but I forgot to mention it. Happy birthday to Trisha. All right. And last but not least, okay, that's all I got. And that is all I have for right now. So we're going to keep this thing rolling. I wanted to show something. I'm going to show it later. But it's time for our next segment. You see how we're just rolling through this? I'm by myself, so I'm trying to do what I can do.
On Ready to Die.
We're sending you back to the future.
Okay, all right.
I think secretly I'm just trying to get to my interview with my guy because Earl the Pearl is in the building. So spread the word, tell everybody to tune in. But previously, last week, I had the cast from The Pride of Cairo. It's a brand new audio drama series that you guys need to check out. Season 2, episode 1 dropped this Sunday. On Saturday, I had the honor of being on the red carpet, hosting the red carpet, as well as letting people know that I am now in season 2, one of the voices, I voiced one of the characters, well, several characters, but one of the main characters on The Pride of Cairo. So go to The Pride of Cairo, KYRO.com, or wherever you stream music, you can find this audio series there. Start with season 1, binge that one, and then every week they're going to drop a new episode. They're about 30 minutes long. It's an audio series. It is an audio series so proper that you will love. So I had the team on from that project on last week. So go to vbclife.com and check out last week's episode. All right. And let me see. Yes. Trisha is an Aries. You should have known. Yes. Oh, big shout outs to John Tracy. Ibiza, Spain is in the building. Big shout outs. We are the first person from Spain rocking with us. Look, we are international. We've had a lot of artists from the UK on this show. So we appreciate the people from Spain tapping in. What time is it over there in Spain? Because that's some serious support. All right. Anyway, let's keep it moving. It is time for my new song of the day.
World premiere.
All right, we got a brand new premiere. A couple weeks ago, we had jazz saxophonist Jason Hemmings on the show. He has a brand new jazz album, all right? Well, and it is an independent album. So big shout out to my guy, Heath Gunn, for introducing me to Jason. Jason's a good dude. Anyway, he just dropped the second single from his album. It's called Blossom. I want you guys to check this out. All right, we are back. That was Jason Hemmings with Blossom. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Look, if you put some music out and you've been a guest, we are going to support you. Support this man, Jason Hemmings. That is Blossom, the second song from his album. All right, big shout out to Holly Krotz. Hey, Holly, what part of the world are you tuning in from? Spread the word, because everybody is looking forward to our guest tonight. You may be a fan of his from Bravo Network's Love Hotel. You may know him as something as this a totally great guy. His energy is off the hook. Look, we got the bells ringing. Everybody's trying to come over to see my guy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, put your hands together for my friend and yours. The moment must have been way too big, because as soon as he was about to click on, all right, there we go. Oh my gosh. ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, here he is. He's back. It's my friend, Earl the Pearl Thompson. Earl, what's
Hey, in the
happening, brother?
house. In the house. How are you, buddy?
I am good. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. Yeah, doing great.
Dude,
Gotta love life, right?
I genuinely, it's only been a couple of minutes and I am just loving your energy. I was getting great energy from you from my communicating via email on Instagram. I can already tell you're a good dude.
Well, thank you. I hope so. Yeah, we're gonna have a blast.
Let's do it. Before we even get started, I have to know, where did you get the nickname? Because when I first heard Earl the Pearl, I was just like, oh, basketball legend, let's go. And I was just like, oh no, this not the same Earl the Pearl. So talk to me, sir. Where does Earl the Pearl come from?
So Earl the Pearl Monroe is my dad. Just kidding. No. I got you on that one. Yeah, I'm a junior, you know. No, I went to Southern Illinois University, Carbondale, right? And
Okay.
Les Frazier, you know, Earl the Pearl Monroe, they went there, right? That was their, they played basketball there. So any guy named Earl that plays a lot of sports and is kind of gifted athletically, you kind of get that name. That or Duke, like Duke of Earl, or, you know, E.T., like, you know, E.T. Go Home, or because my name's Earl Thompson, or ETP, like my buddy Matt, Earl the Pearl, right? And want to have a shout out to Matt and John. John, my buddy from Ibiza. No, it's great to see him on there. I know I'm saying it wrong, Ibiza, but yeah. Thanks for joining. Yeah.
That's love. That man is staying up late to see you on the indie show. So I appreciate you doing that, John. That's cool. What sport did you play?
I played a lot. I mean, I played every sport in high school. Then I got into college and I played a little college football. I played baseball. Then I went semi-pro baseball. Then when I tore my shoulder for the third time, I went from throwing like in the mid 90s to like the low 80s. And I had to close that chapter of my life, which is a kind of, I think, an inspirational thing. And I explain it to people all the time with disabilities. Sometimes you got to close that door of who you were and open the door of who you're going to become and find the joy in that, you know? And that's what I did. So I actually started a master's program. And then when I finished that, I played a lot of tournament softball for about 25 years. And the year I retired, my team in Georgia was #1 in Georgia and 5th in the country. And so, yeah, it was like, I mean, I still threw hard as a lefty, but, you know, it still popped every time I hit the leather, but not enough for the major leagues, you know, so.
I got you. All right. No, he did not say pizza. He said Ibiza. All right. All right.
Ibiza. I like my pizza in Ibiza. Yeah.
Yes, and I think we just ordered some pizza here too. So let's get this thing going. All right. Are you ready to start the show, my friend?
I am so ready. Yes.
All right. Y'all heard him. He said he's ready. Let the games begin. All right, my friend. Our first segment is no, hold on. Let me find it. Elevator pitch.
Who the hell do you think you are?
All right, my friend, here it goes. In elevator pitch, you have 30 seconds to pitch yourself not only to me, but to the world at large. All right, make it good. You have nothing to worry about. If it is a terrible elevator pitch, I'm going to look at you and say, man, Earl, you a good dude, but I have to stop the show right here, right now, because that elevator pitch was terrible. So no pressure whatsoever. All right. Are you ready?
Let's go.
My guy is ready. All right. All right. 30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I am flying by the seat of my pants. When I say go, and go.
You're talking to a guy who had a 1.66 GPA in high school, but still managed to graduate with a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. And then went on to create his own company assisting people with disabilities and injuries. And then met this wonderful woman. She was in my life for 7 months, and she passed away due to acute myeloid leukemia. It tore me apart. But I had a lot of friends and family around, and they supported me, and I got through it. Then out of nowhere, when I'm 59 years old, a friend of mine goes, hey, there's a show on Bravo. I know the casting person. You'd be perfect for it. I'm like, no way. My friends talked me into it. I did an application with some pictures. Next thing you know, I'm interviewing, and boom. Oh, man, I was so close. Yeah.
There we go. Hey. That's cool. Hey, I gave you extra time because you were flowing. It was good. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, should we continue? Because he had his heart into it. He was giving us everything. Hey, big shout outs to who's this? Marriage, Madness, and Magic. Hey. And Guns is back. Hey, so we're gonna continue. That was a good one, brother. That was good. We got the rust off. You understand how this show operates, and I'm loving the energy. All right, so we're going to move on to our next segment, and that's called New Phone Who This?
New phone, who this? New phone, who this?
All right. And New Phone Who This? I'm going to ask you 10 rapid fire questions. Your only rule is you have to keep it 100. You got to tell me the truth. Can you do that?
Yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an interactive show. So every question that I ask Earl, you can answer as well. All right. Here we go. Our first question for you. All right. Would you rather binge a new TV series or watch it weekly?
I'm a binger, baby. A binger. You know, a night owl who binges. Yeah. And sometimes I'll actually go with no sleep if I'm totally hooked on something. And yeah. And I'll just, pay for it the next day.
So you don't miss the old days where we had to wait a week to see the next episode or something?
That's like asking me, do I like commercials? No. I want to get right into it, baby. Unless, but we always have the pause button if we have to get up and use the restroom or grab something to drink, so that, yeah.
All right. Susan is with you. She says binge. And
Binge.
Married
Binge,
says
baby.
binge.
That's Tabitha, I think. Yeah. Binge, Tabitha.
And
love it.
Oh, Lord. Our resident comedian says, sounds like a new superhero, a binger.
Super binger. Yeah.
Ha. And Aries Lounge binges. Okay, guys. All right. If you say so. All right. Next question. Number 2. Do you talk during movies or TV shows?
No. I mean, maybe a gasp, maybe go, do you see that? Or maybe a plot thing, but real quick, get back to it, I'm not a big fan of talking during those things.
All right, Susan. Wait, hold on. Y'all got this chat moving. All right, Susan says no. Matt says no. And Trisha is living in the past. She says binge. All right. Let me see. Aries says no, that's annoying. And Susan says exactly. All right, hold on. During all TV shows, leave me alone. Okay. He talks during TV shows, leave him alone in the theater. I can rock with that. All right.
Hold the hand, squeeze the hand, but no talking. No talking. It's like baseball. There's no talking.
She talks incessantly during both of them. All right. All right, people. I like this. Is what I'm talking about. This is the community that we're doing our thing. All right, let's go. Number
Trish, come
3.
on.
So far, so good. All right. What is this one? Hold on. What's a food that you'll never eat again?
Well, I'm kind of famous on the show for being anti-veggie, and I got veggie shamed quite a bit. My buddy put up a meme that says, "Don't veggie shame me," and so I'm not a big fan of like asparagus, broccoli. Well, I like broccoli sometimes, but asparagus, green beans, they make me retch. I can't help it.
You hate no. So you and green beans are mortal enemies.
Oh, immortal enemies. Yeah, I can throw a bunch more in there, but we're tight on time. I could just go on alphabetically, but I'm not going to do that and bore the crowd. Yeah.
There's no vegetable that you can eat.
Oh, I love vegetables. Anything in a salad, anything in a minestrone soup. I mean, if there is a green bean floating in there, I'll flick it out. But generally speaking, yeah, no. But if it's like on the show, there was asparagus juices touching my steak, and I can't go there. I can't. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll start getting the tics, and then I start retching. So I can't go there.
Look what we learning about today. Matt says veggie. So Triple M's is laughing at you. Aries says chitlins, and
Chitlins.
and Matt said BS. Look, nothing can touch. Yeah, there are people out there that don't want their food to touch. All right.
Not the juices of that. Ugh. No, I can't do it.
All right. Let me see. Next question. So far, so good, brother. All right. Which do you believe in? Aliens, Bigfoot, ghost, or the Loch Ness Monster? This should be funny in the chat. I'm looking forward to the chat. All right. What do you have, sir?
Well, my buddy Matt, his nickname's Bigfoot. Just kidding, Matt. Aliens, yeah, I believe. I mean, the universe is too big. Ghost, I know there's an afterworld. I have a friend who's a fantastic medium. She actually helped me with my wife and other friends who lost loved ones. So I believe in that completely. Loch Ness Monster, I mean, you never know what's happening with different dimensions. It could happen. There could be a wormhole. No idea. But that's one of the things I'll put in the box when I get to heaven. I'll be just like, all right, tell me about the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh, wow. Okay, let me see. I don't believe you, Aries Lounge. All right, hold on. Let me just go back. Susan said asparagus. I agree, but oysters, I can't do either. All right. And then she says she believes in ghosts. All right. Susan, have you seen a ghost? Matt says he believes in all of this. Aries Lounge says, I saw Bigfoot. I don't believe you. Triple M says ghosts, guns, aliens and ghosts. And I'm with guns. He says, wow, when you were talking about your medium story.
Yeah.
So just really quick, because this is fascinating, because I asked this question just to see if people have actually experienced, seeing an alien spaceship or a ghost. All right. So really quick, what was your experience like with a medium? Because I haven't done that yet.
So this is kind of an amazing story. There was this girl on Messenger, Facebook Messenger, that I thought was attractive. So I reached out to her about 4 years after my wife passed. And we talked for a little bit. Then like a month went by. And I wrote her and she said, can we talk? And I said, sure. I didn't know she was a medium. And she was doing my numerology. And she said, could I do a reading? And I thought it was about, my numbers. And she said, Ashley's here, which is my late wife. And she said, I should tell you right now, when someone first passes, they're like underwater. They're showing symbols, but they don't have their voice yet. And so she said, this is a crazy experience. She said, M&Ms. I'm like, Ashley didn't like M&Ms. And then she said, road trips. And I went, oh. Every road trip we took, every stop, when we were on the road trip, I'd get a scratch off card for her, and I'd get M&Ms. And I'd always tear it. I'd go, you want some? She wouldn't say anything. She'd just hold out her hand. And I'd pour some, you want some more? And she'd hold out her hand. So that connection was like so random, I was like, ah. Then one day she called me and she's like, Ashley said, when are you going to get that vacuum cleaner out of the middle of the room? I said, it's not a vacuum cleaner. It's a carpet cleaner, and it's been there for a month, and I'll do it tomorrow. I mean, who would know that, right? And so I could go on with the story, but I'm just telling you that moment when she said, road trip, you don't know what that did to me. I mean, it gets me emotional right now. I mean, it was like
because I'm getting emotional.
A dot that you didn't see with another dot you didn't see, and it hits you right between the eyes.
'cause that was my next question. It's like, how did it make you feel? How long did you have to sit in that to be like, wow,
I'll tell you
this is
this.
real?
We talked for about an hour and with different things that, and I don't want to bore the crowd, but all these nuanced connection things that nobody could actually know. Nobody, you know. There was one about a lifesavers. I go, I don't like lifesavers. She said, medicine. And I go, I don't know what you're talking about. She said, white. And I go, oh my God. Duh.
Hey, look, man, take a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is real. This is unplanned. This is life, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't experienced a love like this man has, I don't think you would understand why something like that would hit so hard. And I am honored that you would share this story with me, my friend.
Thank you, bud. My wife was a dental hygienist. And when I went in there and she's going to clean my teeth, they had a bowl of white lifesavers. The only time I ever eat white lifesavers. I'd grab a handful to chew up so I'd have good breath for my wife, right?
Yeah.
Got to work it on my mouth. And so then when I'd leave, I'd grab a handful, and that connection between medical, her profession, like the only time I ever have white lifesavers, right? There's no way that connection could be more clear to me. And when she said it, because I'm thinking lifesavers, all the colors and stuff, and it came one after the other after the other. And when that happened, it was just one of those moments where I go, my God, she's talking to her. You know what I mean? That she's coming through. And that was an amazing experience for me to connect three different things separately. I would have never understood it, but three together, I understood it. So yeah, it's emotional sometimes. I'm sorry, but it hits me sometimes at weird moments. Yeah.
Don't apologize, my friend. Don't apologize. Next question. Oh, wow. When eating your meal, which is the best bite, the first or the last?
Depends if I like it or not. So that anticipation for something I really love, I would say the first bite. The last bite, depending how full I am, I'm like, take it or leave it, you know. But I mean, if it's something pizza related or Italian related, you know, I'm looking at it sometimes, if it's a small portion, a little sad, you know. It's like, oh, well, it was fun while it lasted, right?
So, we know it's not green beans. That's for sure.
Not green beans, no.
All right. Oh, I like this question. All right. Who is or was your celebrity crush?
Oh, wow.
Audience, I'm looking forward to this one from y'all. Who's your celebrity crush?
I'll tell you, you know, I'm 61, so Raquel Welch, oh, man.
Oh, man.
Man.
Okay.
Hamina, okay? Yeah. I mean, Britney Spears in her day was just like gorgeous. Pamela Anderson, oh my God, running on the beach. I mean, I would like cut her lawn if she asked me for free for the rest of my life, you know? So, I mean, literally, even when she's 80, I'm like, you're still hot, baby. You're still hot, you know?
I mean, God.
You know what
All
I'm
right,
talking
on Gilligan's
about, right?
Island, which one was your favorite?
Haley Berry, too. Oh, my God. Haley Berry. Oh.
All right. Gilligan's Island, which one was your favorite? Are you thinking? Can you hear me? 1 2 1 2.
I actually had to jump out and come back in. Anyone?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I couldn't hear anything you said that last segment before I disappeared and came back. So.
All right. I was saying Gilligan's Island. Who was your favorite?
To that person or me?
No, to you. On Gilligan's Island, who was your favorite character, lady?
Oh my God, that's. Give me the three names, because it's not Mrs. Howell, and it was Ginger and Mary. What was the third one?
Marianne. Yes,
Marianne by far. Yeah, I love. Oh man, yeah, she's the brunette, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. What a cutie.
All right, there we go. Since we was there, I just wanted to ask that question. All right, Aries Lounge said Tidra Moses, and Susan says Earl and George Clooney.
Oh, Susan, you're awesome. Put me in the
And
category
Gunn
of George
says
Clooney.
J-Lo.
Come on.
He said, I used to deliver packages to her mansion praying she would sign for them.
Oh, that's awesome. I would have faked a
I
seizure.
see your questions, Matt. I got you.
I would have faked
All right, we got
a
a couple
seizure
more.
and ring the doorbell, you know? Come on out. Come on out.
All right, I get two more questions for you. We're gonna keep this thing moving. I'm not gonna ask you that one. Do you prefer to purchase physical or digital media?
You know, I'm kind of one of those guys on Vudu who always purchases the movie. So, you know, it's like an addiction almost. But my pet sitters love it. They come watch my dogs and they're like, you have like 1,700 movies? I'm like, yeah, don't ask me how much that cost me, okay? So I don't know if I guess that's digital, physical.
Yes,
I'm not sure what
definitely
physical
digital.
media was. Yeah.
Okay. All right, last one. Let's get up out of here. Name something that you're afraid of.
Oh, wow. You know, I don't know if I'm really that afraid of anything. I've been spooked several times. Like I've gone on some cemetery excursions and I just could feel the heebie-jeebies, and I take a picture and there's all these orbs all over the picture, which kind of freaks me out, you know? I'm totally afraid of like being way too high up without anything to hang on to. Like parasailing, I would do it probably. I wouldn't like it at all till I'm up, and then I would brag about it for the next year and a half, you know? But going up, I would be swearing, I would be having a horrible time. And once I got up, I'd open my eyes and go, hey, this ain't so bad, you know? So that would probably hit heights.
Ladies and gentlemen, my guy, he has passed New Phone Who This with flying colors, and it was a fantastic New Phone Who This. Man, you blew my mind with your stories, and that is why we do it. You guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Look, we're going to pay some bills. What I want you to do is to stick around and stay. Make sure you have your questions ready, because we're going to have a segment where he answers your questions live on the Indie Show. All right? One time for your mind. It is your man, Mastermind. We got a whole lot more coming up. See you in a bit.
Oh, yo, what's up, man? I didn't even see you there. Look, I'm setting up for the next pod, but before I do, let me run this by you. Have you checked out our Patreon? Patreon.com/VVC Life. If you haven't, what you waiting on? You know what I'm saying? We've got mixtapes. We've got ringtones for free. Indie Show mixtape for free. VVC Life magazine free. Exclusive stand-ups free. You got over 200 videos, including Campfire Tales, Black Nerd Extras, Mastermind's After Show, Black Watch Theater, and much more, including our monthly meetings where you can weigh in on everything that we got going on. Also, we've got our Build Your Platform class. You know what I'm saying? It's on 75% off right now. That means you can get it for $25. Last but certainly not least, man, if you join for $5, I'll do content reactions. All you do is sign up, drop it into the post, and then I'll do it within 5 business days. So sign up right now, patreon.com/VVC Life, and be a part of our community. Thanks. Peace.
Okay, artists, pay attention. Wednesday nights are all about music talk. We play new music, discuss business strategy, equipment, music advice, production, and much more. Let us listen to your music and give you real information to help your audience grow. Tune in 9 p.m. live to patreon.com/VVC Life. Let's go.
Ask questions in the chat or as a Squad Up member, get free video reactions and music consultations. Tap in every Wednesday 9 p.m. on patreon.com/VVC Live.
Hey, welcome back. It's time for a movie trailer park. This one is an independent film coming out. It's called Homage, and it is written and directed. It's fully produced by an actor that I've worked with before, and we always find ourselves in the same audition. So this is Mastrmynd and his brand new one. Let's check it out.
This is a collect call from an inmate at the Attica Correctional Facility. To accept this call, press 5. To decline, press 7.
Lord Clark. So the dead resurrect.
This Marcy Jackson, who's this?
So you gonna play me like that, dog? I squeeze, man. I right then. This shit nice. This shit real nice.
So, how are things going with that convict you have shacking up in your house?
Don't get me started. I'm trying to support my husband, but this man is getting on my nerves.
A restaurant, huh? That's a great idea.
And where the fuck please at? And where the fuck is he at? He's not here. Where the way at?
Dad, we're already doing this. I don't want to do this.
All right. Get the fuck out. I took that shit. Bro, is you crazy?
This is how you gonna pay me back?
Where are you going?
Some unfinished business.
Yes. All right. Big shout out to my friend Miles. He put his money where his mouth is. He's been grinding. So he was just like, you know what? If Hollywood is not going to come to him, he's going to take his stuff to Hollywood. So big shout outs to Miles. So it is going to be at the ABFF in Miami, at the what's American Black Film Festival in Miami in May. So that's at the end of May. That was the first time anyone would get a chance to see that. So big shout outs to him. And big shout outs to my girl. See you. Kelly Springer is in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us, for tuning in. I got nothing but love for her. Big shout outs. All right. Yeah, let me see. And Gunn says that actually looks good. It does, doesn't it? Yes.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, Aries. All right. So I'm flying by the seat of my pants. And so I want to do something differently. Usually I have my music segment right here, but I'm a flip it. And this segment is called First Things First. All right. In First Things First, I want you to clear your mind and tell me the first thing that comes to your mind when I say a word or phrase. All right.
Okay.
All right. All right. Since your background is with Bravo, well then, hey, let's keep it Bravo. All right. So I'm going to say something and I want you to, it can be one word or a short phrase. You know what I'm saying? A short response.
Okay.
All right. First one. Southern Charm.
So I got to meet one person there when I was at the New York Post.
All right. Next one. Below Deck.
Interesting and chaotic.
Ooh. Real Housewives.
What? Living on the edge. Living on the edge.
Top Shelf.
I don't know Top Shelf. Sorry.
That's okay. Yes. Or whenever I say these words, whatever come to mind. All right.
Okay.
Project Runway.
Would like to watch that walk.
And Last but not least, Love Hotel.
Oh, monumental in my life.
Monumental. All right. I see you. That's it. I just wanted to get your brain started and just see what would come to mind if I ask you random things. Gunn says Top Chef is my show. Big shout outs to you. All right. Let's go ahead and get the next segment started, and that is the interview itself. And we call this one on one.
I can't believe that it's finally me and you and you and me, just us.
Man, it seems like just in a short amount of time, you have told us a lot about yourself already. Like
Yeah.
I've learned about you, your sports background, and your marriage, and even a little bit of reality TV. So let's go back. So when you were younger, you wanted to play sports? Is that what you wanted to do with your life?
You know, I was that kid who was like 8 years old getting selected by the other guys in the neighborhood first pick. I mean, I had incredible hand-eye coordination. I was a lefty. Had a great arm, had great hands, great hand-eye coordination, and speed. So, I mean, nobody in my family really had that. I just was like an anomaly. And so everything I tried, I succeeded at. And so as I kept getting older and older, I mean, sports was my whole life. I mean, that I told you about my GPA. I mean, literally, I was just playing sports all the time, you know. And so, you know, that's what made it so hard when I lost my arm, you know, and I tore it. But that was one of the best things that could have happened to me because it took me, because I was a young kid. I could have got at that time $1 million signing bonus to pitch. But it made me stay in school, and it put me on this trajectory to really use the gifts God gave me of counseling and helping and understanding what the other person has gone through, and in their moments figuring out exactly what the problem was. And once I hit it, it's like their barriers went down. I had street cred, you know. I mean, I had numerous surgeries. I've had over 35 surgeries on my body. So it was one of those things where whatever they're talking about, I probably injured it at some point. So I know the surgery, I understand the rehab, I understand. And luckily, all the doctors have put me back together, and I have full range of motion with everything and strength. So I'm a very fortunate guy, but that gives me the ability to help other people.
So when you hurt yourself, I mean, when you realized that it was over, how did you move on? Who helped you to get your mind right and say, okay, I can do this, I can move to this next level? Because there's a lot of people out there that might have this dream of this is what I want to do, or had a dream, and for some reason or another, it didn't come to pass. How do they live with that and move forward and create a new destiny for their life?
You know, that's a great question. It's not just though something happens. I mean, literally, we're all one heartbeat away from an injury, from a car accident. I mean, slipping and falling, breaking this or that. It can literally change anything. I've had cases where a neurosurgeon had a little sliver of metal come off one of the tools, hit him in the eye. He could never be a neurosurgeon again. I had a guy who was working in a refinery. The blast door came off, set him on fire, lost all his fingers, most of his face, but his wife stayed with him. They loved each other so much with the kids. It's like a true love story, okay? I've seen so many things that can happen in a millisecond, and I knew as soon as I injured my arm, it was probably never going to be the same again. I mean, I would reach for something, my shoulder would pop out, and my arm would fall, and I'd have to pop it back in. And that's a bad sign. I didn't know it at the time, but it's one of those things that I was so upset. Anyone would be with any of the injuries I just described. How am I going to go on my life? And then I kind of went, you know what? A frat brother, Don Coxstein, came up to me and he said, I'm in this master's program. Why don't you try this out? And I did. It's a rehabilitation counseling program. I didn't know anything about it. That means it covers all disabilities and helps people get the best they can be, you know, with counseling and services and stuff. So I did it and I really loved it. And the next thing you know, I'm getting, you know, a paid scholarship to come to Chicago. And then I started working in the field, loved it. And then I got really good. And then I opened my own business. And then the first year I'm testifying and I'd get off the stand and all the attorneys waiting to go with their clients would hand me their cards as I'm walking off. And then all of a sudden my testimony goes to the Supreme Court of Georgia and changes the workers' comp law. And then I start going workers' comp and personal injury and medical malpractice and wrongful death. And I started just expanding things on accident only because I tore my shoulder.
Wow. And if you wouldn't have torn your shoulder, that whole path would not have been open and available to you.
I guarantee this. If I would have not torn my shoulder at 18, who'd never had a dime to his name, I would have got that first contract, got addicted to something, and burnt out really quick.
Wow.
It was almost like God said, no, go this way. And that's a pretty amazing experience I've had.
That is. So was it vocational rehabilitation?
Yes. So I'm a vocational specialist. I specialized in understanding how different disabilities and limitations allow a person to perform different jobs.
So if someone was trying to get on disability, they would talk to you and
well, I could direct them and help them, depending on the type of legal case it is, explain what is in front of them. Like workers' comp is different in all the different states, so that's where it gets difficult. But any personal injury, medical malpractice, Social Security, those type of divorce, those type of cases are pretty much slightly different, but pretty much the same in every state. So I can help someone with that. I'm not the guy that's going to represent you, but I've had so many clients over the years and been in many cases in many legal areas that I could actually point you in the right direction. If I don't know, I'll say I don't know, and I'll see if I can find out the information.
All right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I am talking with my new friend, Earl the Pearl Thompson.
Yes, we are.
Thank you. Thank you guys for tapping in the chat. It's not over, not by a long shot. We still got more to go. I wanted to let you guys know I have a game show. Yeah, it's called Mastermind Games. If you would like to play Mastermind Games, put your Cash App in the chat, and I will randomly choose someone the opportunity to win. I will tell you more about that when we get to there, but we are still talking to my friend, Earl. Hey, Earl, can I get deep with you for a second?
Sure.
All right. So, like I said, we haven't been talking long, but the energy that you give off is like we've known each other for a long time. And I could just tell how much you truly loved your wife. It's people out there, I don't know, to the people that know that type of love and that type of loss, what is something they should know as far as, you know, living with that pain and being able to comfortably start dating again?
So there's really no right path, but I will tell you the most effective way is you can't run from it. It's going to catch you. Literally, it's going to catch you. If you're like, I'm going to stay busy all the time, and you're going to, maybe you'll go on dates at some point, or you're not going out anywhere. if you're not actually addressing it, the pain's going to find you, and it's going to hit you. I've had friends where it hit them 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line, 4 years down the line. That first date freaks them out, and then they don't want to date another 2 years. I would recommend every time when you're ready, as soon as possible, lean into the pain, the loss. As you're going through that, it's going to be horrendous, but every day's a tiny bit better. And you won't see it at first, but it's slowly over time. Like for me, it took 6 months. All my clients totally understood. My friends understood. You know, I canceled a lot of things, birthdays and stuff, but they knew that I can't go to something and put a smile on when it's eating at me all the time. And once that 6 months came around, I started to feel the weight lift off. And that's a thing that's very common with people with loss and grief. And then eventually you might want to put your toe in the dating pool and you'll probably pull it back almost every time. You're like, whoa, that was not comfortable. And then you're going to put it in again and again. And then you'll take breaks in between those times. But there'll come a point where you actually feel comfortable looking back on the person you loved and realize it wasn't a loss, it was a gift. Nobody else got to have. You got to have it, nobody else. And that changes the whole dynamic in your brain and helps you heal.
Good answer. I mean, I love it. I appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, Earl the Pearl, dropping pearls of wisdom live on the Indie Show. Thank you for being so open and honest and vulnerable, brother. I know it is not easy, and I'm not going to sit there, but I just know that someone can really take this information to heart and use it. And I appreciate you sharing.
I hope it does. And even if it affects one person somewhere tonight or over the next month that wants to view your show, that makes me smile inside and out. So.
All right. Look, we have more with my guy because we haven't even started talking about reality TV yet. And we're going to talk about what he has coming up next. But it's almost game show time. I'm giving away my own money to someone in the chat. Let me know that you want to play. But before this, it is time for our music segment. I call this one, We'll Be the Judge of That.
Court is now in session.
What was that?
I will match you.
Oh my goodness, he is matching, ladies and gentlemen. It is going down crazy. All right, we'll set that up in a little bit. All right. And we'll be the judge of that. Usually, I have 3 artists. I have 3 independent artists. We will do a little mini interview and play their music video or song. Right? And then we do that with 3 people. Then the audience would vote for their favorite artist. If the artist wins 3 weeks in a row, then they get to sit in the hot seat like my man Earl the Pearl. They also get to be on the cover of our next mixtape, and they get to call themselves King. But today was going to be special because today I was just going to have one artist. She was just going to sit in and have focus mainly on her. She goes by the name of Emma T. She is from the UK. She was unable to make it, but we can still take a look at her music video and see what we think about it. And the name of this one is called Mannequin. Oh. Has a credit scene. Let's check the track. I like this track. I like this track. Sounds Kanye-ish. I wish it had a hip hop artist in the middle to take it to the next level. All right. I like that. All right. Earl, what did you think of that one? What did you think about Mannequin?
I'll tell you, I love the music. There was a lot of heart in that and a lot of emotion.
Most definitely. I was liking it too. My wife walked by and she started vibing to it. This sounds like something
The beat is good, isn't it? It makes you just want to start moving everything.
I would definitely listen to this again. So big shout out
too.
to Emma. Mannequin. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I told you I'm giving away money. It is time for my favorite segment. It's called Mastermind Game.
Let the games begin!
All right, my friend. This is Mastermind Games, and today's game is called Survey Says. All right. Have you seen the show Family Feud?
Yes.
All right. I was on Family Feud for a few episodes, and so I decided, let me do a Family Feud style game. In this game, we've surveyed 100 people, all right? Your goal is to give me the number one answer, okay?
Me?
You.
Oh, okay. I thought this was
You are
fans.
playing, all right? For every question that you get right, you put $1 in the bank. If you can make it without getting one, if you get one incorrect, it's a strike. All right.
Okay, got it.
It's a strike. If you get it, so each time you get a strike, no money exchange. If you get struck out, 3 strikes, your game is over. I win. I'm happy because I don't have to give any money to anyone. All right. So that is what's happening. You understand the rules?
Oh yeah. Let's go.
I just want to let you know you will have a certain amount of time. I'll let you know how much time you have to give me your final answer. So when you give an answer, you have to lock it in by saying final answer. Understood?
Got it.
All right. All right. Let's see what the people in the chat say. Okay. All right. Peachy May. Hey, Peachy May. Yes, it is very fun.
Shelly.
This is it.
Hey, Shelly.
If you want, I need to know if you want to play because if not, we're just playing for fun. But if you want to play, let me know and we'll lock you in and someone is going to win some money. I hope not, because I don't like giving my money away. And I've done that. I did that last week and that was not fun. All right.
Well,
here we go.
2 times 0 is 0, right? So, yeah.
So here is, I like to always do a test. All right. Here is an example. All right. I told you what the rules are. Name someone you would seek advice from. Just to let you know, you can get help from the audience, but once you lock it in, it's a wrap. So what's the number one answer?
It depends on what it is, but Matt Lampley, who said ETP right off the bat, he's my boy. You're my boy, Blue.
So basically, your homie, your friend would be your number one answer.
Absolutely.
And then how do we lock it in?
Lock it in.
No, final answer.
Oh, lock it in, final answer.
There he is. He locked it in. Let me see what the people in the chat said. Okay, see, Peachy said mother. The actual answer is parent. If that was a real question, we would have $1 in the bank. All right, that was just an example. So nothing. That's a mulligan. All right, here we go. The game begins now. Let's see how much we can bank tonight. Number one, name the only thing you need to make your dog happy. Help him out, people. Name the only thing you need to make your dog happy. I'm going to give you 15 seconds.
Me, final answer.
What is me?
Me being in their lives, because I have a blast with them. You saw dogs walking around through here, so yeah.
All right, that is so specific. Me, he said. All right. Gun said food. Peachy says treats. Guns also said love.
That's
marriage.
love. Earl, me, yeah, you. See, yeah,
All
love,
right.
me, yeah.
All right, here we go. Survey says love and affection. Ladies and gentlemen, should we give him that one for love and affection?
Yeah, it's not my
You know what?
picture. It's my love and affection. Yeah.
I'm going to let you have it. We got $1 in the bank, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, look, they are saying yes, yes. Okay, fine. Yeah, he got it. He got it. All right. Next question. Name something a teenage boy might borrow from his father without asking. 15 seconds.
Car, final answer.
Dang, he didn't waste any time. He didn't even wait for y'all to answer, ladies and gentlemen. Car, final answer. Survey says car. That is it. We have $2 in the bank.
You hated my answer there, huh? Taking your money.
Cars. Matt says car. Triple M says car. Aries Lounge says shirt. All right, don't listen to Aries Lounge because he is not giving good answers. All right, number 3. We asked 100 married men, when you're angry at your wife, name something you might refuse to do in order to get even with her. We asked 100 married men, when you're angry at your wife, name something you might refuse to do in order to get even with her.
No sex.
All right. We have a comment that says, I took car without asking and wrecked it. Oh, that's terrible, man.
That's the last one.
Yeah.
Oh, the pain,
All right.
the pain.
So Gunn said talk. He will not talk. You haven't locked it in yet, so you still have time, but you have 10 seconds to make a decision.
I would say, yeah, no sex, final answer.
No whoopee. All right. Is it no whoopee? Hold on. What did I say? He said, shut up and talk. All right. The answer is, sorry, take the trash out. They refuse to take the trash.
None of us were right, huh?
No one, but I love that for me. So congratulations on that one. Yes, that's our first strike for the night. Yes. All right. All right. We only need 2 more strikes, my friend. We're almost there. Number 4. Tell me one word you really hope people would use in describing the kind of person you are. We're going to have to be specific on this one. Tell me one word you really hope people would use in describing the kind of person you are.
Wow, man.
Yes. All right, let me see. This person says, Peachy says kind. Susan says kind. Gunn
That's
says,
what I was going to say, kind. Yeah,
loving.
final answer.
So I need something. Let me
Kind.
see. Matt says reliable. Oh, they coming in strong. Genuine. Honest. I need an answer for you. 5 more seconds. I'm going to give you 5 more seconds.
Kind. Final answer.
He locked it in with kind. Final answer. Is it kind? Or do we have our second strike? It's kind. Yay. I'm happy. Yay. Everyone who said kind, thank you. We continue. No, Peachy May. I don't need no fireworks and celebrations, man.
That's my friend
I'm
Shelly.
looking good on my end. Number 5. All right, here we go. What would you do if your spouse packed on 50 pounds? Yeah, chat. I want you to answer that one. What would you do if your spouse packed on 50 pounds? 15 seconds starts now.
Depends if she's pregnant. I don't know, man. That's tough. Try to help her out, you know.
Let me see. Someone says, love every inch of him. All right. Let me see. Lord. Yes, it's a tough question. I need an answer. All right, sir. We've made it to the end. Matt says nothing. I need an answer. Let me see.
Help
He
her lose
says,
weight. Help
love
her
her the
lose weight.
same,
Final
but cook
answer.
differently. So what was that?
Help her lose weight. Final answer, because then she'll be
Help
happy.
her lose weight. Final answer. What is the final answer? It is deal with it.
Okay.
Deal with it is the answer. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was a great answer that you gave, but it wasn't deal with it. So that's 2 strikes, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Just to answer the question, exercise came in at number 3. Diet came in at number 2. Just to let you guys know. All right, let me see. She said, more to love.
Oh, there you
Yes,
go.
yes. There it is. All right, all right. Let me take that off the screen. That's disrespectful. All right, here we go. They asked 100 scared men. All right. Is this going to be the last question or can we continue? Here
Let's
it is.
see.
Number 6. Name an occupation that has a client list. Let's take a moment. Name an occupation that has a client list. Look, my guy has 2 strikes. You guys need to help this man out. Let me see. Hopefully she weighed 50 pounds. Let me see. A trainer. All right. Car salesperson. All right. That's it. That's all y'all. Oh, hold on. Attorney. We have lawyer. Massage. Ma'am. You got your favorite masseuse? You on a client's list for a massager? Huh? A masseuse? Huh? Let me see. This your boy said escorts.
That's
and
good.
Pyramid scheme. And doctor. All right. They still coming. Barber.
Ooh.
Look, it's too much. Y'all help this man out. This is the last question. I'm sorry. It's possibly the last question if you get it incorrect. But you might get it right. I need the number 1 answer, sir.
I think it's salesperson.
If you think it's salesperson, I need you to say it.
Final answer. Yeah, I think it is.
He locked it in, folks. One of you people said the correct answer. He said,
you're kidding.
No, salesperson was said. All right. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it is in the chat. Matt, after the fact, says salesperson, and Peachy changes her stuff and says trainer, or she just says trainer and emphasizing it. Ladies and gentlemen, do we continue, or do I do a happy dance and keep my money, which would have been doubled to someone? Survey says
lawyer. Oh man.
Oh man, we were so close. I'm so sorry, dog. I really wanted you to win, Earl.
They doubled their money, so right? So you got to look
exactly.
at it like that.
What you mean, boo, Peachy? You gave a bad answer. Why are you booing me? All right, Guns, you said lawyer. All right, I think you were the first person. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mastermind Games. Thank y'all so much for playing. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. We do this every Tuesday. Someone can win real money. I send it directly to your Cash App. But today, no one won, and I'm very happy about that. But let's continue because we are still talking to my man. It is Earl the Pearl. He's out here telling us stories, having a good old time. And Earl, let's go ahead and let's talk about this thing. Let's talk about why a lot of these people are here. You alluded to it earlier. How does one such as yourself end up on a reality show?
So yeah, a friend of mine, she actually said, "Hey Earl, I got a friend who's casting this show where women, they don't need a man, they want a man." And I was like, okay. She goes, "You'd be perfect for it." I'm like, "No thanks." And I was just, afraid, that's all there was to it. And I said no, and she hounded me for about a week. And so I put up an application and some pictures thinking nothing of it. And next thing you know, I'm having an interview and then another interview and another interview. And each time they're like, if you made it this far and they like you, someone else will call you. And it just kept happening. And I'm like going, what the heck? And the first time, 2 times, I'm like, do you mind if I have a glass of wine? They're like, sure, you know. So I'm having a glass of wine, relaxed, just making everyone laugh, having a great time. And then it got down to the nitty gritty where there were like, 4 people interviewing me. One was the network, and I was like, they asked me a question. They said, what's a great weekend for you? And I'm like, well, going up to the lake, taking the boat out with friends, going to sleep, getting up the next morning, going to the yacht club, having a great breakfast, getting a bunch of friends together, going up to a winery in North Georgia mountains. They got a food truck. They got an acoustic guitar playing, have some wine, have some food. That's a perfect weekend for me. And I saw a bunch of them looking at each other. I go, did I say something wrong? And they're like, no, we want to hang out with you. So I'm like, okay. And so the next thing you know, they said, we'll let you know if you make it. I got the text message saying you made it. Be ready to leave in like 3 or 4 days. And even then I didn't want to do it. It became real. I was afraid. I had animals. I had work, my clients, and all my friends came around saying, Earl, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You might be there for a few days, but you're going to be in Cabo. What's not to like? And so I said, you're right. So I let my clients know. I got a pet sitter, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life, all thanks to my friends who knew me really well and knew, take a chance. And I try to inspire people with that, with everything I do, is like, take a chance. You don't know if you're good at something until you try it. And when I got on the show, luckily all my experiences, listening as a counselor, not looking at the cameras, because my counseling skills, when someone talks to me, I'm like looking at them. So I don't see the cameras. And I'm just being myself. And whatever comes out of my mouth, being from Chicago, just comes out of my mouth, And I wear my heart on my sleeve and my face. What you see is what you get. I'm extremely authentic. And that really, I think, resonated with the people who watch the show. Yeah. I've heard that over and over again. And I'm just me. I wasn't trying to win. I was trying to get to know someone. I was honest with what has happened in my life. And that honesty, even with tragedy, allowed other people to open up too. Ralph on the show, I say this story all the time. He comes up to me about 10 days in and he goes, I don't know what it is about you, Earl, but I cried like 3 times today. And Ralph was one of the most stoic people on the show. Very stoic. He had walls up to here. And I saw him just relax and share things, with everybody that he wasn't ready to before I opened up. And I don't know if he ever would have if I didn't open up. And that's pretty amazing.
Oh, wow. So you had 3 days to make it happen.
I made the decision the day before to start packing.
That is.
It took
that's
2
wild.
days for everyone to convince me. I didn't want to go. I looked at it, and it was so many things. Fear of the unknown. I never watched any of the reality shows. I've never been on camera like that before. I've never been to Cabo. All the unknowns, and it was terrifying. And I knew who I was, and I know, I'm a very fun guy, a guy who can make friends with anybody. But the fear of putting that in front of America, I was like, I don't want to do this. And literally one of my friends, Chris Anastasi, was walking around a bar with his phone and saying, Earl just got on a reality TV show. Should he go? Yes, 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 yes. And he goes, Earl, you got to do this. And he's just one of the many people who convinced me. So.
So for the people who haven't seen this series, let's just take a quick look about what Earl is over here talking about.
I'm gonna date multiple people. This isn't some sex hotel, is it?
Welcome to the Love Hotel. I will be your love concierge, and I'm checking in 4 real housewives whose love lives are more disaster movie than rom-com.
Please don't let it be about Tom.
You have a boyfriend and a wife.
He said 6 or 7 babies, mama. If it happened on your watch,
Nobody deserves to be cheated on.
But that's all about to change.
Please, Lord, give me somebody.
Gentlemen, come and meet your ladies.
oh my goodness.
They're established, they're successful, they're all hung like bolo.
The men have come to the Love Hotel.
Waves of men will visit the Love Hotel, but the ladies decide who checks in.
Here, player, take my key.
And by the end of their stay, they won't be checking out.
Bravo, and streaming on Peacock.
There it is. So it's basically the Bachelorette on Bravo.
Yeah, with 4 bachelorettes and 34
Yes.
guys, I think there was. Yeah.
So Matt asked a question earlier in the show. He was like, how has your life changed after this Bravo show? We'll talk about that. Answer that question, then I'm going to go back to talk about the experience itself.
Well, it was such an amazing experience. And I was the only guy in the show to date anyone after the show. So Shannon and I tried to make it work for about 2 months. It just didn't work out. So then we had the red carpet event at Phil's house from the show in Beverly Hills. That was amazing. And then I started doing podcasts, and my fan base kept just talking to me. And I mean, I had no fans or people on Instagram or TikTok. Now I have over 30,000 people on TikTok. I had a lot of friends and family on Facebook and stuff, and that's grown exponentially. And then I started getting invited to a bunch of things like, Page 6, and got on the Wall of Fame, my picture up there, and did an interview there. And then I had an interview with Sarah V, and I went to the Rockefeller Center and was there in New York for Fashion Week and meeting all these amazing people. Went to an awards, reality award show with Page 6 and got shout outs from the guys on the stage, and it was awesome. I got to meet a lot of fans, and it just blew up, man. And so many things have changed. And I started taking acting and voiceover and improv classes, and then I got a spot on reality, what was it called? Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone. And then I just finished my first speaking role in a film, a feature film, on Sunday. And, my life has really just taken off in ways I didn't expect. And I've been able to help so many people along the way with, because, I have a lot of expertise in different areas. So people reach out to me and I give them advice. And if I don't know it, then I look it up and I get back to them. And I had a friend reach out to me, on Instagram and said she's going through a really volatile divorce. And I said, do you know anything about a forensic accountant? She said, no. And I said, you might want to look into that. And that was a 4.5-hour conversation. And this woman was amazing. She talks to like members of Michael Jackson's family every day, I mean, it's like, and then meeting a fan that reached out to me, another fan, and she's married to friend Lynn, who is a famous baseball player. It's just, the people that have reached out to me, it's just amazing. It's just good people. I don't care about the fame. It's just, when they tell me, I'm like, well, that's really cool, because I knew him growing up, So literally, my life has changed so much on so many different levels that I'm just a really lucky guy. And if I can use that platform to help people, all the better. It gives me so much joy.
I wouldn't say you're a lucky guy, man. You are just a real person with a kind heart. I mean, you can like I got that from you from your written word. And then when I see you and talk to you in person, I was like, oh yeah, I was right. It's something about you. You have this glow about you where the people are drawn to you, magnetic personality, just a good human. And that says a lot. So, because I was going to ask you, do you consider yourself famous? Because I I have this conversation with my wife. Like, I'm an actor as well, all right? And I told her, I was just like, I just want to be a working actor. I don't want to be too big to where I can't go to the grocery store, right? And so my question to you is, do you consider yourself famous?
No. What I consider myself is almost, right? So I was at the zoo with friends and, a girl comes up to me and she goes, "Are you Earl the Pearl?" I go, "Yes, I am. I'm proud of it. And people come up all the time and say stuff to me or my friends will say, I'm like the most popular person in a conversation once they find out I was on a reality TV show because nobody has that experience. And I can tell them what it was like for me. And I don't say it in a bragging way. It was like such an amazing experience. All the guys on the show, I mean, I think of them all the time. I love them to death, especially the first 16 guys, because that's who I really connected with right away.
Yeah.
We were all there at the same time in the beginning. And then a few guys that came later that really made an impact, like James in my life. I mean, I love my life, James. If you see him on the show, I mean, I just love him to death. And Theo, and so the women have been great. I follow them on different social media platforms. All the people, the crew, and Bravo, and just really good people. Producers, executive producers. I love them all, and for them to take me under their wing, and they never told me what to say, but they would say, "Hey, Shannon's over there by herself. That's the girl I dated on the show and after the show." And I'd be like, "Oh, great, thanks for telling me," because you're kind of moving around and you want other people to go talk to her, get to know her because she's great, and make a good decision. If it's me, it's great. If it's someone else, great. But I didn't want to step on anyone's toes, So, I mean, we had our ups and downs on the show, but 90%, 95% was just pure laughter and having a great time and me cracking everybody up. And it was a lot of fun.
You were just being you with no agenda. And because of that, you had the time of your life.
I did. But I mean, I really felt so blessed to be there, to get to know all these incredible women and all the incredible guys and the crew. And like I said, everyone associated with the show. I mean, I made great friends with the camera people and the sound people and the people that worked at the hotel. I talked to everybody. I'm one of those guys that goes,
"What's the sign of a good person?" That is the sign of a good person right there. How long, really quick, how long was the taping? When you went out to Cabo, how long was the taping?
So there were only two guys that was there for day one to the end, me and Ralph. And that's our bragging rights, right? So we were there 3 weeks. So we were there day one on the show, on that balcony, and then at the end. So that's pretty cool. 3 weeks.
Oh,
it looks like
that
it's
is
a lot
long
longer.
time to be away from home. Look, you made the decision at the last minute and ended up being there for 3 weeks. All right, because people want to know, how real is reality TV? In your experience, how real was this whole experience?
Well, for me, it was real. I mean, I never assumed anything. I'm the person that if you tell me something, I believe it until you prove me wrong and I don't trust you anymore. So, I mean, when people would say stuff to me and they would break down in front of me and I'd help them through it. And like Shannon, who I love to death, I mean, she actually had so many things going on in her life, who, like the first episode of the show, I'd never seen the show, and she played the first episode of that season where the first few minutes, they're showing sirens and she had a DUI and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, that has to be brutal on someone, And I mean, I met Shannon's family and her daughters and her dad and her dog, and I walked her dog. And in California, she came to Atlanta. I went to, California. And so I mean, I got to know everybody. It just didn't work out. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, and you don't need to do scorched earth when a relationship fails. You just go, it didn't work. But she'll always have a special place in my heart with her family and her dad, you know, Gene the Machine, you know, and her dog Archie, and you know, I mean, they'll always have a very special place in my heart.
Excellent. If you have a question for my friend Earl the Pearl, now is the time, because we're going to be winding this episode. Time is flying. When you look, this is one of my favorite episodes because you have the gift of gab, but it's so smooth. You're laid back. That's why you've been talking to everybody when you was on the set, because you are a great guy. You really are. Hey, look,
thank you,
it is
buddy.
time for. No problem, man. Look, it is time for this segment, and I call this segment Indie University. All right, so I want to pick your brain because in Indie University, we really just dig deep and ask questions that the people really want to know. All right, so the first one is, I'll start with this one. How difficult was it for people to see your vision when you wanted to, let's just say, do the vocab rehab, vocational rehab, and then transitioning into acting? How hard was it to explain to people this is what I want to do?
So I got really lucky. I was so corny when I first started my business. I mean, I had one customer, and I'm like, well, you know, being from Chicago, hey, give me 3 cases, you get 1 free. You know, I'll give you 20% off. You know, I was like that sales guy, right? And then I was like, no, none of that worked. I hired a marketer, that failed, you know, and I was like, all right. Once I saw me get off the stand and everyone hand me their cards, I knew I had something, and I didn't know what it was. But I learned over time that my honesty, not going too far out on a limb, thinking 7 questions ahead, like because I played chess, me being from Chicago, you know, you got a little bullshit factor there. You know, all that kind of thinking on your toes thing really, and having a really good memory, I could, an attorney would hit me with a question, and I could turn to the page and go, no, that's not what he said, you know, and it would just blow up the whole thing, right? And then when I started looking at acting and stuff, I really didn't know if I'd ever do anything like that. And then recently, I mean, literally in the last 2 months, you know, I got on Tulsa King, and then I got on this movie. And I wrote them before the show to say, could I say the name? And I haven't heard back, so I don't want to cross or step on any
NDAs,
toes.
I understand. So no, we're good.
But you know what? Another thing popped up that I had no idea would happen. I'm coming back from, I get a ride from an Uber driver to a charity event. Then he said, I'll pick you up. I'm like, great. He picks me up on the way home about 45 minutes. I said, what do you do on the side, not beside being an Uber driver? He goes, well, I used to own a company in my country where I would renovate houses and do all this stuff. And so I literally just talked to him about how to do it here. And I didn't realize in that moment that I was providing him information based on all my experience of how to start a company. Next thing you know, he wants to have a meeting with his uncle. Next thing you know, he wants me to be a partner. I'm like, I'm too busy to be a partner, but I can, you know, market you and be your spokesperson. And that just started like 3 days ago. My media specialist went and created all this stuff for him. They love it. There's a discount code, Earl the Pearl 10. You get 10% off. It's Georgia, you know, premier renovators, and he does painting and, you know, drywall and cabinetry and flooring. And literally, I didn't see that coming at all. And then a few friends after that have reached out to me who have businesses, said, hey, can you help us too? And I'm like, yeah, let's talk. Literally, that was never on my radar. But all the skills I acquired over the years.
Earl with the golden touch.
Well, all the skills I've acquired, you know, I didn't see it at all. But And I literally was just trying to help him start his own business in the back of an Uber. And he really needed like hands-on stuff. And so I talked to my buddy who had 30 years of experience doing this as a contractor. He gave me all the information on the licenses, and I talked to other people and, well, how do you get insurance? This great website. And I provided it all to him, and he wanted me to be his promoter. So I was like, this is pretty cool.
Look at God. All right, next one. What's the greatest joy you've gained from starting your own business?
You know, every person I've ever talked to that has a successful business always says the same thing. I wish I would have started it sooner. And that was me. And it happened when it had to happen, but I'll tell you that the joy I get, I've worked from home my entire life before COVID, where everyone started working from home. And the people, the relationships I have formed, who are all attorneys or adjusters, they've been in this process of me getting on Love Hotel and doing interviews and all this stuff. And it brightens their life. I just talked to an attorney today who didn't know. I hadn't talked to him in 2 years. He had referred prior cases, and I said, did you know I was on a reality TV show? Next thing you know, he's looking up the show, Bravo, Earl of Pearl. And he's like texting me and my wife always predict who's going to win. We can't wait to watch the show. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. You know, it just brings me so much joy. But the thing is, when I meet somebody who is like so disabled, where I can give them hope, and I explain how there's people that are, paralyzed from the neck down who use a red eye sensor to move their whole office around them, because Georgia Tech created this amazing office. And here's different technology and durable medical equipment that can help you be more mobile. And here's some procedures. Have you tried this? No? Talk to your doctor about it. All these things that I've gained experience in, that joy is just to hear them go, Earl, nobody's ever talked to me like this. And I'm like, that just, man, I can't tell you how that warms my heart. So
I see it. This is the last question from Indian University. I'm gonna wrap this up. Who do you turn to for advice as an entrepreneur?
It depends on the question. Luckily, I have a very big friend circle, and with some brilliant minds and just really cool people that do a lot of different things. And like I'm meeting with a guy this weekend who's going to teach me about how to set up a YouTube channel. And I mean, that's pretty cool. So, I mean, I don't know how to do it. So if someone can kind of walk me through the steps, I'll learn how to do it. And then I can teach it to somebody else, which is pay it forward. And that's a pretty cool thing.
All right. We have a comment from Susie. She says, what does Susie say? I could tell how kind you were immediately, and my heart went out to you, maybe not Shannon, during Hurricane Milton when you were on the show. How did you make out, and do you visit St. Pete anymore?
Yeah, so I renovated a house that my brother passed. My wife passed away, and then my Irish twin brother, which means we were the same age for 1 month out of the year, he passed away 6 months later. And I made the decision to go and renovate his house and then let family members come down and visit it and stuff. There's some legal things going on with it with a few siblings that is tragic, but I go down there probably in the winter months more often than the summer months. It's just so hot. But I've made so many friends in St. Pete, and both houses have been restored after the hurricane. Both of them got hit in St. Pete and in Lawrenceville, Georgia, within 24 hours. And sadly, I got some damage to my houses, but trees around my house fell and destroyed my neighbors' houses. So I wasn't the most popular guy, but I was like, any way I could help you, just let me know. And all the houses are restored now and functioning well. And it was a tough time for all my friends, neighbors, and their families in St. Pete, especially, where the waves were so big, they were coming through the second floor of apartment buildings through the screen doors, and people lost everything. So people are moving back now. People have fixed their houses. I hear wonderful stories about how people came together and made new friends. Just, do you need some food? That type of stuff. That's where it gets real, okay? It's not what you have. Everything's destroyed. Everything you built is destroyed. Do you have enough food? Do you have water? That's where it comes back to America and our humanity, and we're there for each other. And that's the way it should be.
That's the way it should be. That right now, that's the way it is. Man, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Earl the Pearl Thompson. Oh my gosh, I appreciate you. I'm about to wrap this thing up, but you said Lawrenceville, Georgia. Do you live in Lawrenceville?
Yeah, I have a house in Lawrenceville, Georgia. It's about 30 miles from Atlanta, or 30 minutes from Atlanta.
Oh, I know, because I'm in Beaufort, Georgia.
Are you really?
I really am.
All right, we got to get together. Happy hour somewhere.
Sounds like a plan.
You're on my list. And come out to the lake, too. I'll take you on the boat.
So look at that. Look at God. Ladies and gentlemen, do we have any more questions? Let me see. Peachy says, love you, Earl. And then Gunn says, Earl needs his own reality show. He really does. You really do. Because, man, you are awesome. All right, it's time for the last segment. I call this segment The Last Word. In the last word is you just kick the shout. Thank you, Matt. I really appreciate it. We have fun like this every Tuesday.
It's been fun. Yeah, a lot of fun.
Thank you. I'm taking a hiatus in May, so season 14 will probably start in June, but May I'm taking a break. If you see me pop up, it's gonna be a specialty show because I got bored or whatever. But end of the month, I got 2 more episodes left. I just want to let people know I will be the judge of that champion from the tournament we had, the March Madness tournament. Rolls Royce from Detroit, Michigan. His episode is next week, so y'all stay tuned. Come back next week. Fill up the chat because I love Peachy. I want to see you again. Triple M, come on back. And then the season finale is going to be on the 28th. All right, so I'm gonna put you on the big screen, Earl. I need you to give me your last word. Anything you didn't get a chance to say or want to say, your shout outs, do it now. And it's on you, sir.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess the one thing is this all happened to me at the age of 59. And I tell people all the time, try something new. You don't know if you're going to be good at it. You're going to be scared about it. You're going to be leery. It's going to make you feel uncomfortable. But you might have something, a gift that you never knew you had. And once you start doing it, like when I do a skit at my acting class, or I do a voiceover in a booth, the responses are incredible. I never even knew about voiceover a year ago. And so try something new. You might be really good at it and have this hidden talent. And the other thing I would say is if you experience any tragedy or an injury in your life, you really at some point have to close the door of who you are and open the new door of who you're going to become and find the joy again. It's a different thing. You're not going to be able to do the stuff you did before. Find the new joy in new things. I had a hockey player who took, in the NHL, who took a slap shot off his knee. I went to interview him. Every 20 minutes, he has to elevate his knee to let the blood get away from his knee. And I'm looking around all these beautiful paintings, and I said, who did these? He said, I did. I said, tell me about that. He goes, my wife one day brought me home painting stuff, and I'm like, I don't paint. And she said, just try it. He had a gift that he never would have known if he didn't take that slap shot across the knee. I didn't know that if I tore my shoulder, I would be a vocational specialist helping people for 28 years and eventually get on a reality TV show. And now I can call myself an actor because I just acted in a premiere film. What? So have hope. I mean, find the joy and And I hope I can inspire other people to just know it's not too late. So,
man, I want to say thank you to you for being you, for just being a great example of what an awesome human should look like. I want to say thank you to Kelly. Kelly singing your praises. She was like, Earl the Pearl is awesome. He would be great on your show. I'm just like, on my show, the indie show? I love you, Kelly K. So if you say Earl the Pearl is the man, well, send him my way. And I'm so glad that she did. I am so thankful for the people who tapped in tonight. Really, you could be doing anything else on the Tuesday night, but you chose to be here with me and Earl, and that means so much. This is a labor of love. I don't charge anybody, especially the musicians, I don't charge them anything to come on to promote their music. I just help me spread the word about the indie show. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Share the links of past episodes, and especially this one. And if you share it or chop it up or whatever, just tag me in there. Earl, tell these people, how can they get in contact with you? Because I know you got even more fans out there.
Oh, that's sweet of you, Arbel. On Instagram and TikTok, I'm Earl the Pearl 35. 35 was my softball number, you know. And then on Facebook, I'm Earl Thompson, and then parentheses, Earl the Pearl.
That's it. Look, guys, did I tell you all about my voiceover? Let me see, NDAs. Anyway, I'll talk about that later once I hear more.
I want to hear about that. We'll talk. We'll grab some dinner. Yeah, happy hour.
Yes. And thank y'all so much. One time for your mind. It's your man, Mastermind. This has been another excellent episode of the Indie Show. People in the chat, I see you, Matt, Trisha, Aries Lounge, JS1. Look, y'all, I did it by myself. I didn't have my executive producer. We did it, brother. Your energy, it just look.
I'm not worthy.
Look, everything
I'm not worthy.
Come back next week and keep on coming back. Hit me up. theindieshow.co is how you can find me on the indie on IG. Also Arvelpo, ARVELLPOE. I love y'all. I will see y'all next week. Oh, Peachy, I see that. Oh, yes.
Thank you,
great
Arbel.
job.
I appreciate it. Thank you, buddy.
I appreciate you. Don't go anywhere. I want to talk to you off camera. It's the Indie Show. I'll holler at y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Have a wonderful evening, Mr. Mastermind. Have a safe trip home.
It's the Indie Show, home for all things indie with Mastermind and JS1 city to city. Coast to coast, they doing it Tuesday night, 8 p.m. DVCLife.com, so tune in. Showcasing the hardest indie artists around. Spotlighting and hyping entrepreneurial style with a twist. Elevator, bitch. New